In the offseason that keeps giving for the Washington Commanders, we have more news on the Commanders front as Washington has made a significant hire. According to Adam Schefter, the Washington Commanders are naming former longtime NFL executive Dave Gardi as the team's senior vice president of football initiatives, per sources. Gardi will handle assorted in-game management duties and will support the coaching staff and front office on compliance with league protocols, officiating trends, and health and safety guidelines. First things first, never even heard of the position, Senior Vice President of Football Initiatives, so I'm not even going to pretend to know what the day-to-day consists of for said position. It seems like a guy who's going to be in charge of competitive advantages, knowing what the rules are, and knowing how to break them shits without looking crazy. You know, that's all first glance. That's how I'm reading it. But according to a lot of people, this is a huge move. Peter Schrager says he's an NFL league office fixture who's mentored about 50 young men and women in front offices around the league. Him leaving Park Avenue to go to the club side of things is huge. Jim Nagy, the guy who runs the Senior Bowl, says NFL league office is losing a good one. If you talk to people at the team level, Dave is someone everyone trusts. Smart outside the box hire by the Commanders. This is a franchise that suddenly gets it. Imagine that, a franchise that gets it. We have been the punching bag of the NFL and of headlines for the last 25 years. We get it now. We're doing things that are marveled and revered by the rest of the league. Look at my team. Must be a dream because we're finally doing things right. JP Finley says this hire is a really strong move for Washington. Texted with a few folks that cannot believe he left the NFL and that he will help the Commanders in a huge way. My guy Burgundy Blog chipped in and said, good pickup. He's a rules guru. From his NFL ops bio, Gardi is the gatekeeper of policies and procedures that control competitive balance. And then he goes on to quote Picasso and saying, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. So we got a guy who top to bottom has everything to do with competitive advantage, competitive league rule making, all that type. I don't know what the position means, but it sounds good. And according to everybody who works in the league, this is huge. This is a guy who's worked for the league office for the last 21 years. He's been in this current position for the last 10, but he's worked for the league office for 21 years now. What an offseason for the Commanders. It's almost like Josh Harris saw that grade of F- that his organization was given when they did the polls, when they polled the players and families league-wide. Washington was given an F-, and Josh Harris pretty much said, never fucking again, because we've attacked this offseason vigorously to find folks who can run this team. Everything in this guy's resume looks impressive, man. 21 years as one of Rodgers' right-hand men in the NFL. Leaves his job working in a comfortable office in Park Avenue to come join what we're building here in D.C. A front office that now includes Eugene Shin running the analytics department, Adam Peters running the football side as the general manager with assistant general manager Lance Newmark, Jason Wright running the president of business, running the business side as the president of the organization. Washington is making moves. I don't know what this guy is supposed to be doing on an everyday basis, and I don't care. We're doing things that people agree with, people salute, and that nobody expects us to be doing. We already feel like a drastically different team, and I haven't even seen us trot out for one game yet because this offseason's been a dream come true. Ever since the season ticked to zero, and we immediately started making moves as soon as the offseason finished. I mean, the offseason began as soon as the regular season finished, and we've been making constant moves ever since. Dave Gardi, welcome to the Washington Commanders as our new Senior Vice President of Football Initiatives. I'm looking on the site right now. It says, Gardi joins the Commanders after working at the league office for 21 years. He held the role of Senior Vice President of Football Ops for the last 10. Prior to his role as Senior Vice President of Football Ops, he served as the league's Vice President of Labor Relations and Football Administration. He started at the league office as counsel in 2003. He will handle a number of in-game management duties and will support the coaching staff and front office on compliance with league protocols, officiating trends, and health and safety guidelines. I'm excited to welcome Dave Gardi to Washington, says Adam Peters. Dave has been one of the most highly regarded executives at the NFL office and is someone with an immense knowledge of the game. He will be an invaluable resource to our front office as we continue to usher in a new era of Washington Commanders football. It's with my pleasure to welcome Dave and his family to the DMV. As the NFL Senior Vice President of Football Ops, Gardi played a pivotal role in the development of policies and procedures that have helped control the competitive balance and integrity of the game. He also helped oversee all of the league's rules and administration on game day. He's one of the brightest minds in our league when it comes to football operations, says Dan Quinn. He will be an incredible resource to the coaching staff as we prepare and plan for game days. Dave brings a unique perspective to our organization after working with the league office for 2 decades. His addition makes our organization better across the board. I am thrilled to welcome Dave and his family to DC. That is from our head coach, Dan Quinn. So within an hour of the hire, we're already getting comments on the record from Dan Quinn and Adam Peters. We're just moving like an organization now. We're moving like a well-oiled machine. We're moving like you'd expect a $6 billion corporation to be moving during the offseason. Bruce Allen would be so proud because Washington is finally winning off the field. It's time to win on the field, but I'm happy about it. Prior to his role with the football ops department at the NFL league office, Gardi advised clubs on matters related to the NFL collective bargaining agreement, including players' contracts, salary cap, club discipline, league policies, and workers' compensation. A Sayville, New York native, Gardi played quarterback for 4 years at Brown University. He earned a BA in political science while at Brown, also earned a Doctor of Law from Hofstra University. While earning his law degree, he assisted his father, Joe Gardi, who was the head coach of the Hofstra football program. So this is a guy who lives, breathes football, a guy who knows the game and all of the rules of it from top to bottom. And he looks like he can wear a lot of hats for the organization because he seems like his expertise falls under a lot of categories and a lot of different subcategories for the football program. So welcome to the squad. Seems like he's going to be a huge part of the organization. The front office looks great. The head coaching staff looks great. We're building a roster that is going to be ready to compete within the next couple years. Now it's time to see all of these off-the-field initiatives turn into on-the-field results. No more over-promising and under-delivering. It's time for us to finally turn this thing around. This feels like the substantial rebuild of a franchise that I've never got to experience here. And I'm so glad we got that dweeb bastard out of my organization last year. It's looking good, Washington Nation. We're building a winner here. We're definitely building a monster off the field. Will it result to wins? We will see when September gets around and over the next couple of years. But we're putting together all the steps to build a healthy and successful franchise. Welcome to Washington, Dave Gardi, new Senior Vice President of Football Initiatives. We will learn more what that position entails as the days come on. Let's get it. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Until next time, Commander Rio, out.